Hi there, welcome back to the Rare Book Reviews channel, which is basically an excuse for me to talk about books. I love reading, I love collecting, I like bookstores and libraries and used book sales and bargains, and I like to talk about it. So thank you for supporting me and my strange hobby. I appreciate it. Today am going book shopping, which is one of my favorite things to do, and I do not need any books, and I don't care. So I have plenty of books on my to be read shelf. I have a video about what is ongoing. I will put a link in the notes so you can take a look at what's on the to be read shelf and why I do not need any books, but I'm going anyways. So I appreciate everybody who's watching this and giving me an excuse to do it. I do need some presents so I can be present shopping. I have some friends who've made requests on behalf of themselves and their children, so I have some books to look for bargains, for frugality's sake. And I'm always on the hunt for some rare copies at good prices. So today I'm going to a warehouse bookstore. I've been there many times. I have a few videos about it. Sometimes the pricing's very good, sometimes it's mysterious. Sometimes the books are great, sometimes they aren't. I love when it moves around. They reorganize a ton and it's a huge space. So I think moving anything must be a massive undertaking, but they seem to do it on the regular. So you never know where you should be looking or where things will be hidden away. So it really is a treasure hunt, and I love it. Okay, the bookstore was in good shape today. There was great people watching. And they have moved some things around. So it was kind of fun to discover new corners. There's a whole row I've never been in before. They did have a lot of new stock. I love it when they have stuff sitting out on that hasn't been shelved yet or hasn't put away because it seems so exciting. So I did find some cool things. I found a great book, I hope, for a friend of mine at work who has requested vintage Louisa May Alcott. I found her a book a while ago that was a crazy bargain. This one is the same. It is very vintage. It's not quite the same edition. It's not quite the same format on the spine. It's very similar. And it's 1880s. It is Boston Roberts Brothers. It says 1889. And the copyright is 1884. So it's a 1880s reprint. This is a bona fide antique. It is called the Spinning Wheel Stories. So I'm guessing short stories. I've never even read these and I don't have a copy. So it was $10, which is a bit for me. I feel like that is pushing it to be called a bargain. But I'm gonna ask my friend at work if she's interested, and if she's not, I will happily put this on my shelf, or I guess on the to be read shelf. But I'll see if she's interested in it. I'm very excited to hear her opinion because I know she's a Louise May Alcott. She's a real fan. She's read a lot of her stuff, so I'll be interested if she knows about this book and if she's read it. So I feel like that's a really good find. I found a paperback UK Harry Potter. This is great because I love to put the whole series back together. I feel like I'm doing a service to the book, the book world. So this was $2, which is a great price. And I have 2 through 6, and now I have 1 through 6. So if I can just find the last one, I can put them all together and find them a new home, which is super exciting. The British ones are fun to read because they use the British spelling and they use British phrases because this was written originally to be marketed in the UK. So they use British English instead of American English, and I just love it. I think it's so much fun. In the British version, Dudley's first word, the annoying cousin, instead of won't, he learns the word shan't. And I love that they don't study, they revise. It's kind of weird. So this is a good find. I was really excited to find that at a good price. This is really cool. One of the Andrew Lang fairy books, the orange one. This is obscure. I don't even own this. I could put this on the shelf as a placeholder. I did a video about Andrew Lang, and I will put a link in the notes so that you can check it out if you're interested. Andrew Lang, very interesting life, compiled fairy tales from around the world, traveled, translated, compiled them, edited. This is the original version. Longmans published these, and they really are just beautiful objects of art. The illustrations are beautiful, the binding, the end papers, it's really a work of art. I love this period of book publishing where it really is such an investment that you would have, I'm imagining that you would have kept reading it because you wouldn't have been able to go to the library and put things on your Kindle. I don't have the orange one. This is the crimson. They go the whole rainbow. This is a modern reprint. This is 70s. Let's check. It says the first edition was 1950, and this is the 7th, which is 1978. So it's getting close on 50 years. It is a nice copy. It does have illustrations, and it has some gilt on the spine. So this is a little bit of a gamble. I probably, if I decide not to keep it, I will sell this on my eBay, and then it will fund getting the Longmans orange one. And I don't know how much it's worth, so it's a little bit of a gamble, but that'll be fun. Also in the gamble category, a little bit. Nancy Drews. The vintage Nancy Drews have quite the following. Many people, probably my age, older, read these as a kid and they want to have the vintage copies. This is an interesting version. These are 1940s, and I know that because they have a white spine on the dust jacket, and then the cover is blue and orange, and the end papers, Nancy is wearing high heels. Later she goes to flats. So there is a guide, someone whose last name is Farah made a guide so that you can figure out exactly what edition you're looking at. My friend has it, so we actually looked these up, and I know these are 1940s. I paid $7.50 for both of these, and I think they're worth that. They're probably worth a few more dollars. I might be able to squeeze out of them that will help me possibly with my Andrew Lang Orange Fairy Book quest, but they are not worth a ton more. It's more of an education thing for me. I will find out when I sell these on eBay how much will the market really handle for these. But they're kind of fun, and there are many, many different editions of Nancy Drew, so I am interested in knowing how much they're worth. I did not read these as a kid, so I won't be keeping them. This is a craft project and a gamble. this book. Whew. This is Lolita by Nabokov. An incredibly controversial book, and this is a controversial copy. It has been through the ringer, probably literally. It's had some moisture on the exterior, you can see here, but it doesn't seem like it got through to the body of the book. This is also something that I think I've run across this before. It cracks me up every time. Inside the book, the dust jacket, stuffed into, it's not in great shape, this dust jacket, but it's all here. It's not really missing anything. So I think I can put an archival copy cover on this and it'll bring it back to life a little bit. And it would probably look nice on a shelf. This is a stated 8th edition, 8th impression, presumably of the first edition. So this is an early copy of a very famous book. I've sold Lolita before, but it was a first edition. So I really don't know how much it's worth, and I certainly don't know in this weird condition how much it's worth, but I can certainly help it along a little bit. I can spruce it up. It has most of the dust jacket, so I will put that back together through some craftiness, and then I will find it a new home, and I'll be really happy about it because this cost me $3. I know it's worth way more than $3. So I can find it a new place and give it a little new life, and I feel like I'll be a good book citizen. So all in all, this is a great trip. It's a great shopping trip. I found some cool things for friends. I found some cool things to help my book buying fund, and I had a great time. So I encourage everyone, even if you don't need a book, go to a bookstore, it's fun. And let me know what you think of this episode, of this adventure. If you like the book shopping videos or some of the other videos or the tours of the collection, let me know what you think and let me know what you're reading. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support and the positive comments. Happy reading.